All right, so we're going to use Photoshop to do something called batch processing. Batch processing is when you do a lot of actions, you let the computer do the work. So if I wanted to do the same action on multiple images, instead of doing them one by one, I could do them all through the computer. So what you're going to do is you are going to find on your desktop here, I find easiest to use is I'm going to find my folder. So here's one I'm calling Noah. Here I'm going to make a new folder. Depending on what computer you're using, there's different ways to do that. And I'm going to call this, let's call this completed. Completed. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Photoshop. Okay. I'm going to go File. I'm going to say, under Window, I'm going to say Actions. All right. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new action. And basically what an action is you can see there's a bunch of preset ones here, but basically the action is going through the process. It's like a video camera for your computer for Photoshop, and it's going to record what we do. So here I'm going to go down to the bottom. Here's a little thing here. It says create a new action, so I'm going to click on that. The action I'm going to call this is batch demo. You can call it whatever you want, size, shape, color change, whatever it's going to be, but that's going to be the title you're going to see in the list here. So I'm going to leave the rest of this for now, and I'm going to say record. So here I can see it says batch demo, the arrow's down, and my record button is going here. So this means now everything that I do is going to be recorded by this action. So watch this list here as I do things. So I'm going to go File, I'm going to say Open. Okay, I'm going to go to my Noah folder. I'm going to choose the top one in this folder, and I'm going to say Open. So see how Open just appeared here. I'm going to say Image size. I want to change the size. So from here, I can see it's 33 inches by 39 inches, which is way too big. It's 19 megapixels. So I'm going to say, for this one, I'm just going to say the width is going to be 10. 1.7. 7 megapixels goes way down. So here I'm going to do that. I'm going to say OK. Again, the size, the resolution, all that stuff is going to depend on what the purpose is for your images. If you want to print, you're going to do 150 dpi. If you're going to do screen only, it's 72 dpi. Those are from the other lessons. All right, so there's one. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Image Adjustments, and I'm going to say Curves. And in Curves, you can use a preset here, right? Or I can just set my curves and it'll do the same setting. But here I'm just going to say Increase Contrast. So see how it increased the contrast here of that curve. That's a preset. I'm going to say OK. So again, I got Open, I got Image Size, I got Curves down here, right? I'm going to say File. I'm going to say Save As. I'm going to go to my completed folder. Here it is, completed. I'm going to say Save. I'm going to make this its highest resolution. I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to say Done. So then I'm going to hit the stop button. So down here I stop playing. So here I've got my batch demo, I've got Open, Image Size, Curves, and Save. So now what I can do is I can close this window. I can go to File, I say Automate, and I say Batch. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm basically just going to find a folder. So here I'm going to say Default Actions is fine. Here's my list of things. This list mirrors this list over here. So I'm going to find mine that says Batch Demo. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to go to my source, which is going to be a folder. I'm going to say Choose, and I'm going to choose Noah as my folder here. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to override my actions in Open. I'm not going to include subfolders right now. I'm going to suppress File, Open Warnings, Color Profile Warnings, all that stuff. My destination, I'm going to choose my destination. So I'm going to say Choose. I'm going to say Completed is the folder I want to go to. I'm going to say Choose. Okay. Down here, I'm going to override actions like the Save As command actions because it goes through those menus when you go to Save As. Then here it's going to say if you want to give it a special name, you can do that. If you want to give it a different extension, you can do that. Starting serials 1. I'm not going to stop for errors. I'm going to say OK. And here we go. It automates. If I go to my complete, oh, this is because I had a Word document in there, so I'm going to say continue, continue, continue. I'm going to open this folder and I'm going to watch, see completed here as Photoshop does its thing. I can see those images as they pop into my folder here, right? And you can see here like it went through the actions down here. So very cool, right? So here's the previous folder before. So if I look at, let's choose one to see if we get a contrast change here. So if I look at this first one, and then I click on the new one, see how it's brighter, right? Click on the old one again, and here's a new one, much brighter. That's all you got to do.